I'm so sorry, Ian. I was like, Ian's jamming this, so he's gonna do all the things, but sorry.
I assumed you were going to take over like you did last week.
I know. That was my bad. I should have been prepared for this. Hi, fellow geeks. Welcome to another episode of TTRPGeeks. I'm not used to being in the player's seat, and so sorry for the bumps as we enter this stream, but we are playing our second of 2 sessions for the Tales of Xadia playtest that Ian was good enough to get on our show. So we do have stream interactions tonight? I can't remember. We do have plot points, so I guess there's that.
Yes, you have plot points, and we did say people can interact and pass out points to heroes or me.
Yeah. So playing with us tonight, we have a couple of fun guests who are back. You'll recognize myself and Erica from Level 1 Geek. Erica, do you want to tell us about your cool podcast real quick?
Yeah. So we actually are starting season 2 tomorrow of the Let Us In, and we are going to be live streaming on Stolen Droids, session 0. So we're going to be creating Arium, which you can kind of see the top of Will's shirt. Yeah, right there. So have fun, come and join us. Some of the stuff you say in chat I'll use in game, so follow me on social media and I'll post all the links.
Cool. You brought up Arium, so let's go and hop down to Will. We have Will playing Babukar, what is your thing? Our hot-headed sun mage, something like that.
Hot-headed sun elf mage.
Yeah, something like that. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
I'm Will. That's it, right? I make games and stuff, and I work on Arium. I helped create Arium, and I've worked on a bunch of other games for Gallant Knight Games. You should check their stuff out. It's really great. Tiny D6 and Zorro the RPG and some things like that. But yeah, Arium is the game from my RPG publishing company, Adepticus, and I think it's pretty cool. So maybe
huzzah! We are so excited to have you here playing with us. And last but not least, well, I guess we'll introduce Ian real quick before we get to Cleric of Cord. But Ian, you'll recognize if you've tuned into our Frost Geeks show. He's jamming for us tonight. Ian, anything else you want to say to introduce yourself?
No, I'm good.
Okay. In many ways, Ian is just like Moon Eye. I just got a flashback from the Frost Geeks session of Moon Eye just walking up to the town square and saying hello. Anyway, and finally, we have our last guest, Cleric of Cord, Kat. Do you want to tell us who you're playing, what you're all about?
Hi, I'm Kat at Cleric of Cord, which is where you can find me on Twitter and hanging out in various Discord servers. I drink, I roll dice, and I play games on the internet with my friends. And I'm really excited to get back to this one and with my bubby. I'm playing Benetta, who is also a sun elf. However, she happens to be the warrior carrying a sunblade, and this is we're heading towards a mountain. And one other thing you need to know about me is I may be under assault from 3 9-week-old kittens. So if I grimace, disappear, or yelp suddenly, that's why.
We'll just be so immersed. Hopefully it happens at a roleplay appropriate time, and then we'll just think you're really into it. Ian, do you want to recap, or do you want one of us to recap, or?
I can do a recap. So,
all right, take it away.
First, I'll say we are playing Tales of Xadia, which is the official Dragon Prince RPG coming out from fandom. They have not announced a release date yet, but it's supposed to be this year. It is written by Cam Banks and the team. It uses the Cortex Prime system, for those of you who have seen that before. And as check-in about what happened to us last time, our heroes were hired by Feathershaw, a moon elf, who they eventually learned had been ghosted by his community for making some errors in judgment. But he was positive that if he acquires the Primal Well, which is found in the city of Aenean, a flying city that has been uninhabited for 500 or more years, that he will be able to save his people. The heroes went with him and discovered that, in fact, Aenean was not empty. There is a thriving community there of sky elves who have lost their wings, though. So it does make them a little different than the sky elves that everyone knows. While there, our heroes have kind of run into a few individuals that have tagged along. We have Eljal being played by Tori, who has gotten the sidekick of a pig who has the fur of a sheep and some good long tusks that has been named a shoink. And Winda, on the other hand, has acquired a gang of children to follow her around. The main leader of that group is Perica, a feisty little child with who loves her gum. And meanwhile, the group has been able to deal with Nausix, who was the keeper of the well. He's the oldest elf on the island, and they've begun to question his ethical choices, perhaps, and his motivations. But they were able to learn that there is a special suit of armor that was created that if you wear that armor, you are able to pick up the primal well. Because if anybody else picks up the primal well, something will happen to them. In the case of Nausix being the keeper of the well, he will perish in a
Can I add an
dust.
asterisk there?
You can.
Allegedly pick up the primal well.
True. Nausix is not 100% positive that it will work, but he's pretty confident it will work. So some of the group is dealing with evacuating the city because the flying city of Aenean is heading rapidly towards the mountains and will crash. While the rest of the group has convinced Feathershaw to wear the armor so that he can carry the primal well, just in case it doesn't work, maybe. And Babukar has just been brought into a small side chamber by Nausix so that he can learn what Nausix sees as his greatest failure and perhaps a sin to his people, which is that before he got to the suit of armor that he possesses now, he tested it out many times, 12 times, in fact. And there are currently 12 statues of his people in a hidden room. And that's where we ended when Babakar realized this piece of information. So we'll restart there. We have Babakar in the room with Nausix. His sister Benetta did prop the secret door with a book so that she can get access if need be. And then Winda and Eljal are outside in the city, and they are trying to coordinate the evacuation attempts. And they are dealing with some locals as well. Olana is one of the young leaders. Siftres is an air mage, and the two of them have a plan of how they can get everyone off. The only resistance might come from Necrex, who is the captain of the guard, although it is clear he has very little actual combat experience, and he is Siftres' husband. All right, so let us start back in that room with Babakar, where Nausix has just revealed these 12 statues of sky elves, but their bodies have been twisted so that there are pieces of stone and pieces of crystalline structure. There's still some muscle in there. It's just this twisted combination of forms. They are clearly not moving, but Babakar has a suspicion that they may still be alive. And Nausix did reveal at the very end that he knows they won't be hurt if something happens, even in a crash, because he dropped one of them off the top of the tower about 50 feet up, and it didn't break. So he is confident they'll be okay if they're caught in the crash. Babakar, what would you like to go forward with this?
Minnie,
Yeah, Bubba.
I don't really know what to do about this.
What are you doing, calling her in for?
This borders on the type of magic that humans practice.
That's
I do not think
ridiculous.
I do not
This
think
is-
it is right.
This is not Dr. Macintosh. I have destroyed nothing to release its primal energy.
Yes, but the lives of these good people were destroyed by it.
Destroyed or perhaps paused for a short time. And I am going to figure out how to take them back. They are my people. I care immensely for them.
Which is why you practiced on them?
And dropped one from a tall building.
Well, what was I to do? I could not practice upon myself.
That is not a practical experiment to use.
The well needed to be moved. I cannot touch it. So the only option was the armor. And I needed to have it tested.
So perhaps now you should use the armor to move the well.
I
agree.
cannot touch the well. That is why Feathershaw is here. You have done a wonderful job convincing him, by the way. And I thank you for that.
And if Feathershaw should end up like one of your little experiments, and Bonetta has moved into the room. She pushed the door aside. It's still
Mhm.
kind of blocked open with the book, but she stepped in and she's properly horrified by this. I mean,
Well-
she's thumbed the release on her sword as she's looking at this and looking at this mage.
I actually think it is pretty shocking. Let's have you both do a test here. This is going to be some type of, fear and probably disgust with him. So it's a bit of a challenge here. Going to be 3d10. So a target number of 9 with an effect die of 10 if you don't beat it. Does everybody remember how to build their sets, or you want me to walk you through it again?
I think
I
use.
think I remember. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so like a fear-based effect. So probably spirit maybe might be good.
Yep. I think spirit would certainly work for an attribute.
Yeah, and I think Babacar is really he's really feeling the justice thing right now, and so I think his justice or his desire for justice is probably going to help him overpower any fear he might be feeling. And he's probably pretty
distinction?
angry about it, so I would say hot-headed sun mage.
Okay. And do you think any of your specialties or asset works?
Not necessarily.
Great. So go ahead and roll.
It's a
for
9, you
your-
said?
Yep. It's target number of 9.
Okay. I think I'd like to use the hot-headed sun mage ability to switch out that die rating for a 4 to get another
Plot point?
plot point. Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to make that a d4.
Yeah. Let's gamble a little bit here.
Look at you,
Yeah.
Will. You're just hoarding those plot points over there.
I'm gonna use them too. Just wait. Hey.
Oh, yeah. Easily. All right. So we're going to get an extra plot point to Babacar. Oh, already done. Thank you. And you easily beat it without a problem. Got a total of 10 there. And Bonetta, what are you
So,
going to build for your pool?
Yeah, I think we're going to go with the spirit as well. And I'm bouncing between justice and truth. Her truth is that fools need smiting more than they need saving. But her justice is that her great might represents defense, not destruction.
Yeah.
So I can see either one working, but I think I'm going to go with justice. I think that's a little bit more appropriate, just the way her brother did. And distinction, a knight of Luxaria,
Mhm.
And I'm going to use my hinder and gain a plot point to switch this distinction for die rating.
All
of
right, so we
4.
have 2 people who have hindered on this one.
Yeah.
Makes sense. It's kind of a low target, so.
So I don't think any of my specialties will work here. Although my asset might with the Sunforge blade, just because she does have this weapon and it's probably starting to glow a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she puts her hand on it maybe to give herself a little focus.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I will take that.
Ooh, nice.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll take that 12.
So Bonetta gets another plot point as well. Might have already been done. I wasn't paying attention to what she started with there. And easily pass it as well. So neither of you are affected by this. I mean, it's disturbing, but it's not going to give you any stress in the long run. Well, the point is we need to get them off the island as well as the well. And the only way to do that is to put the armor on, carry the well, and then we'll bring these out one at a time. But if we can't bring them out, I'm just confident they will survive, and then we can acquire them from the rubble.
And
Well, what if instead we focus on getting them and everyone else off the island and leave the well? Surely it will survive the collision.
The well will not be left here to be destroyed on my watch. I will not be remembered as the keeper of the well who allowed it to be lost.
it's more fragile than the people.
I don't know, but I've never dropped the well from 50 feet up, so I can't say that it is. And we're not going to take that risk.
Which is the greater loss then? The well or the lives of the people?
The well. The well is the greatest artifact my people have, and it is what makes my people. And if we lose the well, we will not be our people any longer.
Well, if nothing else, we have to at least inform Featherstone of the risk, or Feathershaw of the risk.
Feathershaw says from the other room, since the door is open, I agree. The most important thing is the well, because as much as I have no opinion of these people, they cannot save my people. So the well is more critical.
And if you do not survive wearing the armor, how is that going to get to your people?
No, that's where I suspect one of you will pick it up. Move on. We'll deal with that if it comes, but you convinced me to put this armor on, and so now we will go ahead with that plan. I personally think it would make much more sense for you, Bonetta, to wear the armor, being that you are a stalwart warrior with great strength and endurance.
No.
And I am an old, frail elf who rides the winds and the moon and has no real strength left in these old, creaky bones.
From what I understand, it's not the strength that's required, it's merely the armor. So I don't think you have a problem. But I really, to be honest, I would not have insisted anyone wear this armor if I had known about this. And again, I am of the opinion, and I look at my brother, and then I look back at Noxious, and you value...
Don't look at me. I can't wear the armor.
More than lives. What does that say about you?
Says that I understand what defines my people. What
If
is
you
the
have no
purpose
people,
of being alive as people if you do not know what you are?
and if they're dead, you have no people. And an
Well, they
artifact
will
is
not
useless.
be dead because we will get off the island with the people and the well. You wish to cast us down to the ground to wander about with no purpose, no understanding of who we are?
At the moment, I wish to cast you from the top of your tower, so I would be careful about selecting words of who's casting whom where.
Well, I would warn you that you are on my turf in my home. And perhaps I have not shown you all I am capable of. So do not threaten me.
Be cautious.
We seem to be at a bit of an impasse.
Do as you will. Featherstall, you're buckled into your armor.
I am.
If they are willing to do it, then I see that we do not have the right to tell them not to.
And how do we get these others off? She says quietly to her brother.
Perhaps we can think of something.
I'll start moving them. And she's going to
Oh.
push the door all the way open, prop it open, and pick...
This may be too soon, Feathershall says, but he did say they would fall and not be hurt. Perhaps we could just throw them off the side and then collect them after we get everyone else off.
Benetta bites her tongue.
Or perhaps I should just go get the well.
Yeah. Benetta just grabs the first of the statues and starts carrying it towards the entrance of the building in preparation for getting them out.
And the two of them are going to go. Nosix opens another one of the sliding panels of his library and heads down a flight of stairs. Feathershall says, will you be coming, Babacar? I don't feel comfortable doing this completely alone. Not that I can't best him in a situation, of course, but with the armor, I feel a little clunky and I'm old.
Very well.
No, thank you. He's a little suspicious, don't you think?
I do think.
Yes. He clearly does not have proper judgment, like myself. What are you laughing at?
Nothing at all.
Let's go downstairs then. All right. Meanwhile, outside, the children have been sent off to spread the word that they are to all meet ready for evacuation. And you two were heading off to find
Sofka.
Yeah. It was like
yes.
right down the road. Or like,
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, we already talked to
You already
Sofka.
talked. You already talked to Sofka. She's right next door.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so we went to go talk to an old lady. The kid said to talk to someone who was kind of in charge. Gosh, I should have taken notes on names. Or what was our plan next, Wenda? I know we wanted to gather the people to evacuate, and then Eljao wanted to go sneak with Wenda back to.
Yeah.
Yes.
So as soon as an
The area.
evacuation plan
Oh,
was done and being taken care of.
Right. So you're just trying to coordinate the situation at this point to get people moving.
Yeah.
Wenda's going to be asking every couple she finds, asking if they did panic lovemaking.
And Eljao will just go around with a steady shaking head the entire time.
All right. So this is a what we call a challenge in this game. So that means that there's a dice pool that you have to wear down, and this is a difficult challenge or challenging one. So it's going to be 4 d8s, and you can talk about how you're going to use the people and your skills to coordinate the evacuation effort and try and eat that pool down. But because it's a challenge, at the end, I will get to roll what's left in the pool every round, which is just taking 15-20 minutes. It's not really a round like combat, to see if it affects you at all with stress. So what's your general plan, each of you? How are you getting these people to do this? How are you coordinating the children, that kind of thing? And what is your dice pool you're going to build for it?
I think for Winda, she's got a really good, she's got like the highest attribute in awareness. So I think she would be going around first and making sure that that everybody has been spoken to and that they are coming.
Okay.
So she'd make herself aware of everybody and try to bring them to the fold. So that's kind of where she would start.
Yep. Okay. So that's awareness. And what is her value?
Value, probably, that's a really good one. I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between like probably glory in a weird way. She doesn't really want to be the center of attention, but she wants the appreciation of everybody actually listening to her.
Mm-hmm.
So she kind of wants that glory. As for distinction, I think a fun one would be foolhardy friend to play with, because she's being friendly with everybody, but also being a complete weirdo. So we'll do that.
Okay.
So that was a D10 and then a D6.
Did you say, Ian, we could basically try and wear down the dice available for you to roll by like explaining how we're utilizing?
You're going to explain how you're
things?
utilizing and then what your dice pool is.
Okay.
And you're going to roll and wear down that challenge.
see,
See how
I see.
effective you are with what you're doing.
Got it.
So
Okay.
we're using the dice pools as a big abstract to cover
the whole thing. Yeah.
the whole thing. You know,
Okay.
like it would
Awesome.
be a montage scene, right? As
Okay.
they cut back and forth between the various things you're doing. And
Is it possible to gain an asset that is not on my sheet?
is it possible to gain an asset that's not on your sheet? Yes. So what you do is you spend a plot point
Okay.
and you have that asset for the scene or for this montage.
Okay.
If you spend 2 plot points, you have it for the rest of the session.
I only have one, but that would be cool.
I wish I
And
could
the
gift
other
you one.
thing you can do, and you can spend that one later. Like as we're getting to the end of the scene, if you happen to get another one, you're like, you know what, I'm going to spend to keep it. The other thing you can do is you can spend another one at another point so that someone else can use that asset. So at this point, it's just you who has access, usable.
Okay. I've got my pool together. Then, if you want me to talk through it really quick.
Please.
So I'm thinking that Elgel is going to use spirit.
Okay.
And the value I'm going to use is devotion, because I think that Elgel has found themselves, despite this city's weirdness and these people's like complete lack of sense, they feel kind of like devoted to this mission. Like they really want to see these people survive. And they've kind of gotten caught up in that. And I think the distinction is homesick assassin that I'm going to use. I think this makes them, they see like the tribality here, like the familiarity, and they long for that kind of thing in their life again. So that's why they're so devoted to helping. And finally, I'm going to spend a plot point to gain an asset, and I'm going to suggest that Elgel gets Safka to help, since she already had a plan and already sort of had the ear of the people. So
Yep.
Yeah.
And Safka will give you. Normally it would be a D6 asset, but because you're tapping into an actual person, let me just look at her number she has real quick. She's got 6 anyway, so it's a 6.
Okay.
D6 as well.
Okay. And I will roll, and then we'll see what happens. Okay. So how do we know how many what do we need?
So I'm gonna tell you that. So it is challenging, which means it would be 2d8. It's an extended, which means there's 4d8 in the pool, but for beating the challenge, I only roll 2 of them. And then as you whittle the pool down, you can kind of get rid of it. So the pool, your target number is a 10, which
Ooh.
you both, well, let's see.
I think we both meet it.
Well,
Yeah.
not straight
Winda-
up,
Yeah.
because you have to beat it.
Yeah, Winda didn't beat it. And I should have thought about it before, but I should have spent a plot point.
I didn't beat it either. Or do I get, because I spent a plot point for the asset, but I don't get to keep another one because I didn't spend it for that, right?
Correct.
I guess I could, so I can oh my gosh. I had an ADHD stroke.
I get those often.
Oh my gosh. So spend a plot point to keep that 3, so then I beat it at a 13.
Okay. So you beat it at a 13. That uses up your whole dice pool, but it is still a success. So that's going to step one of those d8s down to a d6.
Oops.
And I am going to now roll and see if it affects either of you. So,
Please say no. Please say no.
well, you're going to get to create a pool again.
Sweet.
Of kind of resisting it. So the type of damage it's going to do to you would be like afraid or exhausted or insecure. So, well, actually, I can only target one of you. So I'm going to target the one who didn't succeed. I just had to check a rule there. So I can only target one. So we're gonna target Eljal. So you are able to build another dice pool, Eljal. But let me roll so you can know your target number. And now for this, I get to roll all the dice that are in the challenge. So target number for you again is a 10, and it will be effect die of a d8 if you can't beat it.
So am I rolling basically the same?
No, you can
Or-
choose a different dice pool if you think to ignore, deal with this stress that's kind of freaking you out.
Okay, so this check is specifically how Eljal is dealing with the
Yes.
stress of having to do all
Yep.
of this. Okay.
And you do have Sofka there as well, so she can add to your pool.
Okay.
Okay. Because I don't think I can add to your pool because we're in a completely different situation.
Correct.
Okay. I think okay. I think Eljal, when they are stressed, they fall back on, they kind of go into physical action. Like they're like, I don't know. They're like exercisers, they like run the stress off, that kind of thing.
Athletes.
Yeah. So I would like to use agility because I think like they are just going back to the things that are most familiar and most comfortable for them to try and grapple with this. Does that?
Yes. Yeah.
track?
So they
Okay.
they see that it's failing, and how are you going to incorporate agility into this? What are they going to be doing?
I think like they see that it's failing, so they are going to kind of redouble their efforts to like scour the town, like get the word out, and they are sort of like leaving behind like Winda or people who can't keep up with them. Like they'll go to the rooftops. They will like just unlock their full Moonshadow Elf like power and just
All right.
power through this. So I'm gonna use agility. I think mastery, because like I rely on my deadly skills during this trying time is what my mastery says. Moonshadow Elf is probably what goes there, and I think that's it. I mean, unless you think my elven sword staff could come into play at all.
I mean, you say you're jumping on the roofs, you're swinging up to yelling people's windows and everything. So yeah,
Whacking people that aren't listening.
Okay. So I've got 2d10 and the Sofka. Well,
That's
I guess
D6.
okay. D6 and D8. Come on. I'm shooting for a 10. Oh, that was so bad. Such a bad roll.
That
I
was.
don't think I beat it. I
Nope.
think
Me a
I'm
13.
getting stressed.
Yeah.
You are taking a stress.
So you
Of
to
what
beat a
value?
16.
A D8 stress in let's put it in insecure.
Okay.
Do you already have it insecure?
Nope, I don't have stress yet. Okay. Feeling insecure. That makes sense.
All right. And let's do another round of you guys trying to whittle this down a little bit. Same plan, or are you going to try a different tactic?
Technically, Winda succeeded. So I'm trying to think of what she would do after, unless you already have an idea for Jal, then you can go ahead and go.
Ooh.
I think I'm going to still use I think I'm going to use what I was using to deal with the stress. I think I'm going to go agility mastery, but I think I would like to use homesick assassin to hinder, because
Okay.
I think now they're starting to feel a little bit desperate, like they're going to lose this sort of semblance of a home too. Like there's just sort of some weird conflicted feelings there.
Poor guy.
And so for those who are watching in, hinder means that the D8 she should have is going to make it a D4 instead, but she does get another plot point, which at the moment she needs.
I do need plot points.
Poor Jal. He's having anxiety.
Mhm.
They're
Rough
having
time.
anxiety.
Do I still have Sofka? Is this still part of
Yes,
the scene?
Sofka
Okay.
is the scene, so yes.
Okay. Rolling.
I got a target number of 15, by the way. Oh, there you go.
What'd you
Oh
get?
my goodness.
Whoa, 24. Dead.
She got a 15.
That is so annoying.
So
I
close.
Keep
do-
needing it.
You do have another plot point that you could use to keep one of the dice.
Yep.
So you
True.
can
And you-
win.
Yeah, I think I got to do that.
Yeah.
I think I've got to spend the plot point I gained to beat it. I did roll I can't remember what they're called. I rolled a 1. What
Yep.
are they called?
You rolled
A bad.
yeah,
A bad.
The name,
I rolled a
it's-
bad.
it's an opportunity when I roll a 1 for you, but I just blanked on what it's called when you roll it. But anyways, yeah, so you can't use that D8 because that's what you rolled the 1 on.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to use your 2 10s for the
Yep.
15, and then
I'll use my D4. And
Yep.
if there is an effect, I'll use my D6.
you do have an effect of a D6, which is going to pull one of the D8s down to a D6.
All right, Winda, do better than me.
And with that one you did roll, I am going to
Give me
give
a plot
you-
point.
I'm going to give you a plot point and give you
Yes.
some more stress.
Okay.
And that stress is going to be a D6 in exhausted.
Yeah, that tracks.
Winda, how are you going to tackle this?
So after she completed what she was doing, checking homes and other things, she'd probably go back to the front and see what she could do to help with like the actual action of evacuation.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, wrong page. There we go. For this one, she would probably Spirit's a really good one for this one. She wants to get everybody out of there. She wants to get going. She wants to fulfill the promise that she announced to the entire square. which would go along well with her value of mastery with her survival skills. And then for her distinction, this is a good one. Probably the trailblazing hunter. A real focus.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be a D6, a D8, and trailblazing D8, so 2D8. No. That didn't work. Did I do
You got to put the slash before.
That's right. I was like, even right before I did it, I was like, guys, I'm doing it right. And then I didn't do it right. Good for me. Okay. So that's a 14. So I'm going to keep 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's an 11. I do have a plot point, so I'm going to spend it just in case. I need it to keep that 14.
Oh, no, your
Well,
target,
we need
your
to
target
beat
number is a
15.
15.
Oh, that's true. It is 15. Well, she failed.
Things are not going quite as planned.
Nope. The children aren't listening. It's a fiasco.
Everyone is panic lovemaking instead of listening.
So, the guard had gotten the orders that they weren't supposed to let anybody evacuate. So they're yelling at people not to go anywhere.
It's a mess.
And she's yelling at people, telling them to back off. They're messing with her aura. It's just it's a whole thing.
I'm picturing Winda like shouting at people, and then like in the background, like darting back and forth is Eljow like hopping from roofs, like trying to get people together. It's just utter chaos.
I could see this comic being drawn out. It's just a mess.
Okay, Winda, you are going to have to make a check now to not take stress from the situation. And I apologize, but I rolled a 14 for your target.
Okay.
And it will be an effect die of a D8 if you do not succeed.
Great. I already have a D6 in insecure because I punched a vase.
It was a really hard base.
It was a really hard base in her defense. Okay, so the roll for a challenge light, is that the same as
So
typical?
you could use the same, or you could choose
I
a
could change
different. Yep, you can change up. However, how does Winda deal with stress and failure?
Yeah. That's a really good one. She doesn't play typically well to her strength. If anything, it would be her spirit, because she's very snarky and makes the weirdest of comments. So I'll make that change to a D6 in her spirit. And then let's see. Devotion. Actually, devotion might be a good one, because it says I may be a Stark, but I'm loyal. So she's trying very hard to commit to all of these people. So I'll do that. So that's a D8. Last one. I'm going to do foolhardy friend again, because she's trying to be a friend to everybody, but she's just a straight up weirdo. At least that's what I've created her to be.
Yep. Are there any specialties? Your asset probably doesn't work unless you start.
Yeah, her asset's a crossbow, and so
things.
I don't think it would be a great idea for her to try and shoot something while she's stressed. That could result in some bad things. Rolled a 12, but it also has a 1.
So you can't use the 1.
Nope.
So it's only an 11. Which means you are going to take from the roll of the challenge a D8 in stress, and I'm also going to give you a plot point and give you a D6 in stress as well. So
D6 and then a D8.
Let's put the D8. That one is coming from the challenge, so I'll do that one. You can choose where you put the D6.
Okay.
Let's put the D8. since you already have an insecure of a D6, I'm going to put it on insecure. That'll go up to a D8. You're just getting really frustrated with this whole thing.
Lovely. That sounds fantastic to me. I'm so happy and so not stressed. Okay. I have to have it laid out in physical dice in front of me. I think I'm gonna put her. So you did the D8, so another D6. I'm gonna put that in angry. She's a little frustrated, so we're gonna put that in angry.
These people are idiots, Winda. They aren't listening to anything. I've run myself ragged, and they still aren't listening.
She is just she goes completely silent for a second, which is really weird for her. But she kind of resorts back to what she had said. Actually, I have a better one. I may have snarky comments pulled up on my computer. So she's gonna be yelling at that guard who has been like causing them chaos this whole time. She's gonna yell, look, I don't know what your problem is, and it's probably hard to announce, but hand over your handcuffs and let me handcuff you this time because you're annoying. And that's where she's getting all sorts of weird.
I just remembered a part of the reason that Eljal is so exhausted, because I told the guard that I've written permission from the well keeper, the keeper of the well, to do this plan, and that if he has questions, come find me. So I think I've also been running around trying to avoid the head guard.
Oh no.
Every time you come around a corner, he's there, he yells to you, and then you bolt off.
Climbing up the roof, yep.
All right, let's go back inside. So Benetta is moving the statues, and Babacar, Feathershaw, and Nosix are heading downstairs. The stairs are narrow, tight stairs. They bring you down, Babacar, into a small room that has 4 suits of armor in each corner. They are finely crafted armor, beautiful, with metal wings on their backs. And then there is a small door that's directly across from the stairs.
This armor has wings. Your people don't have wings.
This armor is very old. It's from before our people lost our wings in the destruction of the world, which I am aware was not destroyed, and you are proof of that. But we have taught our people it was destroyed so as to protect them from the humans.
Has anyone tried to get their wings back?
We do not know where our wings went, nor how to get them back. I can tell you there were many who have studied our libraries trying to figure it out. Who knows? Perhaps when we touch the ground again, our wings will come back.
What if you put on one of these suits of armor?
These suits of armor are not wearable by my people.
You have a habit of saying things like that. But I don't think they're always truthful.
If you continue to try me and question me, Babacar, perhaps you will learn why this cannot be worn by my people. We must continue into the next room.
Then
this is where the well is kept.
What are we waiting for?
He heads forward and crawls, squats down to go through the hole. Feathershaw says, perhaps, should we go through with this? What if that happens to me? What will you do?
If you become a statue?
Yes.
Then I suppose we'll we'll try to. You're killing me, Cleric of Court. I suppose we'll have to find a way to get you off the island with everyone else.
Yes, that sounds like a good plan. All right, here we go then. So he crawls in and stands up, and then you follow. Do you follow in after, or are you going to stay here?
I'll follow.
You see a room that is larger than the one you were just in with the statues. But the only thing in here is the well. That is obvious. There's this stone object about 3 feet tall that is made the stone and crystal patterns in it remind you of what the people look like upstairs. And there's also a red and green stones around the upper edge of it that you can feel some energy from. You think they might be primal sources themselves. The well clearly has a lot of power in it. You can feel it from here. The other thing that you notice about the room is the floor is tiled with a discernible pattern of flagstones that are in the shapes of some have kind of a tree etching shape when 3 or 4 of them are laid together. They look like a tree. And then there's others that look like clouds. And they are spread evenly about the room. He is standing next to the well at this point when you enter. Nosix is.
What do these representations mean, Nosix?
Well, what representations do you mean? On the well itself, those are just symbols to help focus the energies. That is all.
Who added them?
The symbols are there from the well's creation. I would not know where they came from exactly.
I see. What about the markings on the floor?
Ah, you have a good eye, Babacar. Well done to have noticed that. That is a trick pattern that I was about to inform you of, so that neither of you would be harmed. You're going to step onto the clouds to your right, and then go to these clouds here, and then that tree, and then these clouds, and that will get you to the well.
And if we don't?
You will release some magic that helps protect the well. Both of you are fine mages, though, so I'm sure that wouldn't affect you anyways. But needn't worry, I've told you the path.
All right, I want to know if he's telling the truth.
Okay.
I don't trust this guy. Not even, like, a little.
He gets a D8 for his catalyst. He's an important NPC. His distinction, he's going to take a D8 for his dark secrets. And his value is his justice, because he sees the greater good and the sacrifice is needed with brutal clarity, unlike many others. He's also going to get a specialty of his stewardship, And his necklace doesn't help him. So he's got 4d8. Excuse me, 11 is your target number.
Okay. So Babacar's taking in all of this, imagery in the room and, bending it to his intellect, I think, in this case. And he is in search of the truth, as mentioned. And he's still... he's trying to get to the point, so I'm going to go simplicity is the best solution, I think. And then I think sun magic and his sense truth of the heart spell, probably for that. So.
That seems
Very
good.
nice. It does.
Does seem good.
Certainly beat an 11. A total of 14.
And I like the D10 for the...
Yeah, for the effect die.
Mm-hmm.
Where would you like to put that? Let me think, actually. Can he beat you? Beat it again? He's going to step back, so you can win that conflict. Where do you want to put the D10 stress die on him?
Remind me how that works.
So, because you beat in the situation and you have that effect die left over, you can decide where it's going to be placed. Excuse me, he's backing down, so I get to decide where. Yeah. He's gonna put it in. Let's see. Exhausted. You can see his shoulders visibly drop. He's done. He's really running out of energy.
We're really exhausting to be around, to be fair.
It's true.
Just ask Feathershaw.
It is clear that he has told you the truthful way to get there. You think he might be fibbing a little bit on what the effect is if it goes off, but he has told you the honest path of how to get over to the well.
Do I want to... All right, I believe you. Except what really happens if we don't take the correct path?
A magic is released that will confuse your perceptions and make you believe you're growing extra limbs, and extra legs and arms. And
wings.
So it becomes difficult for you to... Perhaps, I've never seen that, but it is purely there to confuse you and give the keeper time to react and deal with it before you get close enough to the well to cause problems. Nothing drastic.
Very well.
The winged armor is the real thing that will help us. If it was needed to. Those are the defenders of all of this.
I see. All right. Feathershaw.
He walks the pattern and goes over. And, hey, we got a raid coming in. Welcome, Swindler's Den. Feathershaw walks over, takes a hold of it, and this thing looks solid and heavy. And he just lifts it right up. Oh my. I don't think I've ever lifted anything like this before. It's so simple. Nosek says, look, the armor worked. I told you it would. I knew it. I knew it was finally perfected.
I'm still nervous. Still nervous.
Like any challenge, put your mind to it and you keep an eye on the prize and clarity, you will succeed eventually.
Yes, on at least the 12th try, right?
Yes. You have to break some eggs.
Or a carton.
The point is, you've got it, and now we all may go. Yes,
Very well.
we may.
How do we get everyone else to safety?
That's what everyone else is working on, correct?
I have a quick question.
Yes.
I can't remember what was said last time. Did they say what the effect would be once they lifted the well? How rapidly the island was gonna pick up speed, right?
It's funny you should mention that, Elja.
Okay.
Thank you. So, at that moment, as he says, well, that's what everyone else is doing, correct? You feel the whole thing lurch rapidly forward. Like everybody's going to have to take a little test here. It's a bit of a hard challenge. Target number 8, not horribly difficult.
When I thought we told them that we would coordinate when to lift the well. We aren't ready yet.
Winda looks like utterly confused because I'm pretty sure you guys didn't tell her any of the plans.
Oh, that's true.
And she's like,
I think that's true.
what?
Well, it looks like we're running out of time.
You think?
Is that 8 what we're trying to beat, Ian?
Yep, that 8 is what you're trying to beat.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's a physical as you're getting tossed around. So however you interpret it for your characters. Let's start with Bonetta.
Let's see. For Bonetta, she is carrying statues to the doorway. So let's go with strength.
Okay.
I like the idea of her value being her liberty. She's a servant, not a conqueror, and that is where she's pulling her strength is serving these people. And I'm gonna try a distinction I haven't used yet. It's called fickle luck. Not sure what it's going to do, but it gives me a D8. So I think she's hoping that luck is fickle, and hopefully luck will be with her this time. And there's nothing else that she's got that's going to help her on this. So that's going to be 2D8 and a D6.
We're all having to make this, right?
Correct. Everyone needs to make this.
Okay. I'll just go ahead and roll. I've built up my dice pool.
Great.
I'm mostly relying on agility and my skills and Moonshadow Elf, and I'm Elven Sword Staff. Help me balance myself.
Most definitely.
Well then.
Oh no, Bonetta. Oh no, me.
What did you roll?
Rolled
She rolled an 8.
poorly.
Oh, fudge.
Yeah, there's nothing Bonetta can do about this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use a plot point to keep 1 extra.
Okay. Babacar, on the other hand.
Well, he knew that the well was being lifted. He braced himself.
Right.
Is Bonetta near to us?
No, Bonetta is upstairs moving the statues.
Oh, dang it. Okay.
You'll hear the thud.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I will go ahead and roll Windows as well. She's going to be using her Agility, Mastery, and Trailblazing Hunter, which is just 3d8. 3d8. Enter. Yep,
Oh.
10.
10
But-
does it, but you did roll a 1.
Yep.
I also rolled a 1.
Yep. So the 3 of you rolled once. I'm going to give you all a plot point.
Okay.
So you're all going to get some stress from
Hey,
that.
thanks.
I would love some more stress, please.
I thought you might. So everyone's going to get a D8 stress for that. And then the 2 people who actually failed are also going to get a D6 stress.
Okay.
You all can decide where you want to put it.
I'm gonna put my D8 in afraid because
That's
she did
what
not.
I was gonna do.
Look at that! Because she didn't know the plan at all. She doesn't know what's going on. So she's afraid, but she's gonna try and hide it.
Yeah, Eljal is afraid because they suspect this means that the well has been lifted and they are not ready for that.
I'm putting a D8 in injured, and I'm putting the D6 in exhausted.
Okay. Yeah, that big statue comes crashing down on you when you
Ah!
get thrown
Yeah.
around.
Sounds like a cloud.
And upstairs or outside, the townspeople are all thrown around. Your shoink goes rolling, although surprisingly gets up pretty nimbly and quickly after the whole thing. So everyone is thrown off in the process, but they quickly begin to coalesce. And what you do notice, for those of you outside, is that it definitely increases. The increased speed increases the desire of everyone to listen to directions and try and move this thing along a little bit. So you both can be rolling with another D8 asset
Of panicked people.
of panicked people.
Perfect.
Panic lovemaking!
They've moved past the lovemaking. Now they're panicked running.
I'm gonna have to come up with the step after.
Panicked pillow talk.
Recovery.
Yeah, let's hope it's
Exhausted
hovering.
recovery.
Yeah.
Panic pillow talk, everybody!
Okay. Are we having to check again then?
Yes, let's
On
have you
this?
2 check on that. Yep.
Okay. Gosh, what do I even want to do right now? Okay. I think Eljal is going to note the rising level of panic and decide that contributing more panic is probably not going to be helpful. So they instead are going, I'm going to use Spirit, which I have a D8 in, and I'll go ahead and use Devotion again. And I'm going to use a distinction I haven't used before, which is a song for all occasions. And I think literally Eljal is going to try to sort of start singing and basically distract them and get them to kind of join in and unite by, getting in this group song, kind of Pied Piper, leading them along, hopefully. And I got my
Wendibles.
distinction of the panicked crowd.
Yep.
Right?
The
Window will
D8, and you
start
still
a
have
I
Sofka.
still have Sofka. Perfect.
Children's choir.
Okay. That's true. Okay, I'll build my dice pool and
And
Window.
I did roll an 11 for your target number. So it's this group of people are hard to get moving.
Gosh, they're so annoying. People.
Okay. So I'm rolling 3d8 and 2d6. Please, please, please. My goodness, I'm rolling so poorly.
What'd you roll?
I rolled my highest is going to be an 8. I needed 11. Do I have any plot points left? Oh, you just gave me one, Ian.
I did.
Hang on, will that
It's not
be
going to
enough?
help you though.
Oh,
No.
it's going to meet it, of course.
Dang it. And there's no way that I could help her in any way?
You could
Or,
succeed,
sorry, help
and that
them?
would be helpful.
You can
I'm trying to.
spend a plot point, 2 plot points, and give another asset to Eljal. Allow him to roll
Yeah.
another d6.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's that asset going to be?
One of the children.
Okay. The children's choir.
Yeah,
Get them
I'm gonna
to
send part of the children's choir. Probably
Here, take this child.
the falsettos. I don't
Okay.
know anything about music.
The Sopranos.
Yeah.
So Eljal, go ahead and roll another d6.
All right.
Okay.
Send
And
my
hope you
choir
get a
over.
4.
Send my choir over to them and hope it works.
Oh, I got a 6.
There we
Children
go.
swung it.
Good job, children. I'm gonna
Good
give
job,
them
children.
so many pieces of chocolate. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, I think it is actually this really nice like I'm Eljal's trying to get people to pay attention and stuff, and Winda nudges her little ducklings forward, and I think it really is like they start singing along, and then suddenly everyone is like, for the children.
Will's interpretation is best.
Yeah.
You are going to still have to spend a plot point, Eljal,
Yeah.
to actually get above it.
Yep.
But that does still leave you with an effect die of a d8, which means one of these goes completely away.
Finally.
And we still need a roll from Winda. And Winda,
Yeah.
you have the d8 for the group. You also have the d6 for the children. Because you allowed her to use that, it also is still an asset for you.
Sorry, I put a mutation spell on myself. Okay. So my normal shenanigans plus that D8 and D6.
Yes.
I had a box I was writing things down on. So I was gonna do the same thing as I had rolled before, which is gonna be agility, mastery, and hunter, which is 3d8. So that's gonna be 4d8. 6. Okay, so I rolled a 20, but the 2 highest 8.
8 and 6. I think you got it right.
Is that 14?
Mhm.
I don't do quick math, but
It's
I
okay.
did roll a 1. Thank you.
But you're gonna pass at least.
Yeah, I'll at least
Yes.
pass.
You pass. And you'll have a d8 for your effect die, which means another one of the d8s goes away.
Yeah.
So
Get your
yes,
dice
please.
out of here, Ian.
Things are coming together now.
Finally.
I am going to
What are you gonna do?
give you a plot point for that
Okay.
one you rolled,
Okay.
and you're going to take a d8 of stress. You can decide where you want to put it.
Can I move a D6 to a D8 instead?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna do that with angry. I'm gonna move it to a D8. She's just getting slowly more frustrated.
Yeah, Tori has like a D6 in angry right now with
Yeah.
this stupid crowd.
Anduin does as well.
All right. Downstairs. Babacar. Once the three of you stop moving a little bit and settle yourselves, Feathershaw says, I believe we best be going now.
Will you put it down for just a moment? I'd like to see something.
Certainly. He puts it down.
Do things slow back down?
No.
So it has to be in that specific spot in order for it to be like slowing things down.
Do you want
Where
to
it
put
came
it at? You want to put it at a specific spot?
I mean like back where it was basically.
Yeah,
right?
he can pick it up and put it right back. Doesn't slow it down.
Oh, okay. So we're doomed. Great.
We've
All right,
opened the Pandora's box.
Yeah, there's no closing it now. Did you say there were primal looking things in this room?
On the well itself. Yep.
On the well itself.
So the well definitely has primal energy, but on the
Okay.
well itself are these colored stones along the outer edge that you feel are also primal sources.
Hmm.
There's blue ones and red ones and purple.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. I have a thought, Noxious, or whatever your name is. What about the armor? You said it could be used as a defense. Could it be used to help save your people, to fly them to safety?
Possibly the well could be used for that. Yes, I'm not quite sure how we could, but I can think on that as we go.
Think on it now.
We might be able to use it to levitate people, and it does control air as well as earth. That seems like probably would work, yes.
Then I believe we should attempt this.
I agree. But first, let's get ourselves out of here in case things get rough again.
Well, they'll get really rough when we run into that mountain.
Yes, they will, but perhaps we won't run into the mountain before we get everyone off. Let's just stop talking and start moving. I don't know what else. I'll be honest, Babacar, I don't know what to do. I failed everyone and everything. We just need to.
You just have to try something.
I suppose we will try the idea that the young ones had. I made them stop, but they probably will work. They fly the people off.
The young ones?
Some of the other elves had an idea, and I did not want to cause panic, so I made them stop what they were doing, but I'm sure that it probably was a good choice.
I see. Benny! Benny!
What?
We have to go.
No shit.
She sounds a little different.
Are you all right?
Define all right. I'm on an island in the sky, hurtling towards a mountain, and I have two statues on top of me. I think I'm, but wait, hang on. Okay, I'm still breathing. I'm good.
All right, so I have to go up. I'm going up.
She's crawling out.
Follow after you.
She's crawling out from underneath the statues as you get there, setting them back up, right?
All right. Perhaps with your help, we can get where we need to a little bit faster. What if we use the magic of the well to fly us to where the other people are quickly?
Aren't we just upstairs, like out in the courtyard?
Yep. Yeah, when you guys come out the front door of the main building, there are still people around. You see Elgel coming by, escorting people, trying to get them to move.
Okay.
The plan has not gone as well as hoped up here.
Vanetta's going to start looking for guards or strong people to come grab one of these statues apiece, and just whatever the plan is going to be, their responsibility is to take that statue with them.
So, are you guys out in the courtyard now then? Are we all together?
They come out the front door, yeah.
Okay. What happened to the plan? I thought we were gonna, like, coordinate or something. And then the lurching, now we're moving so fast and the people aren't listening. And I don't know what we're gonna do.
First of all, what plan? I was not aware of any plan, and last I checked, I was also part of this group.
Noxious here is going to fly all the people off the island with the well.
What?
Is that including us?
I should hope so.
I didn't
And the
say
statues.
I could
And the
fly all the
statues.
people. I said I can attempt it, but the plan should go forward that the young ones had. I will go speak to the wind wizards now and get them.
Wind
under
wizards.
What are all these statues?
You have wind wizards?
Well, yes, of course. We're sky elves.
You didn't think that wouldn't be useful until now. Ugh.
I stopped them from going ahead because I didn't want people to panic.
I am
Well,
just
it's a bit late for that, I think.
imagining just duct
Yes, I
tape
s-
over your mouth.
Do you see
See
all
you.
the lovemaking going on? That's panic.
That was me. I suggested that.
Now they're running all over the place.
Hey, well, at least they had some joy. Hopefully.
What's the plan now?
Yes, I would like to be involved.
Feathershall says, well, the primary plan is to get the well off the island. And as you can see, I'm carrying it. So I'm going to go to the edge and we'll figure it out from there.
No, Feathershall. You must wait.
But it does need to get to my people.
I understand your position.
I've got an idea. Perhaps. You know Sofka, my friend. And I'll kind of like get in whisper mode with Babukar and Benetta and Winda. I heard that actually she's the rightful keeper of the well. But Nosix didn't want that. So maybe she's got some kind of magic that could help with this well.
The
I don't
drama.
know.
That is very perceptive and most likely. Where is this friend of yours?
With the people. Come on. I'll lead him to where we've been gathering the people, I guess, and I assume Safka's sort of coordinating groups and things.
Come along, Feathershall.
Benetta has a statue and she's being followed by the people that are carrying the other 11.
Winda is encouraging panic pillow talk.
Benetta, what's with the statues? Are they historical or something?
They're alive. It's a long story, and it's why I'm going to kill when we get done, if we survive.
This has been a very strange place.
Yes, on that I agree.
Okay. So yeah, rush off to see Safka, I guess. I got that right, Ian, right? Am I remembering that correctly? That she was having visions and was thinking she was like the next rightful keeper, but Nosix was like,
he did it. Yep.
not about that. Okay.
Yep, you had that correct.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Can I spend a plot point to create an asset at this point?
Yes.
Okay. What I'd like to do is, I think at some point, Benetta's going to see somebody who's probably taken what they can carry and strapped it across, created rope or straps across their backs and went, aha, and has grab somebody really quickly to do ropes to create harnesses for everybody that's carrying a statue, including herself, that will keep their arms free, so that they got it's kind of like wrapped around their back, so they're carrying it that way.
Okay.
Just to give her own arms free, hands free, but she still has the statue strapped to her back.
Got it. As you all head, are you kind of moving with the crowd in the general direction they're going?
Yes, but I think we're kind of rushing.
Yeah, Vanetta's
Okay.
sticking with her brother.
Out from behind, like a little alleyway, steps Necrex, the captain of the guard. We have a few things to talk about.
Who's he talking to? All of
You.
us? Me?
Well, all of you, but you specifically, Aldel.
I see that the Snafu Fairy has visited us once again.
Oh, I've been looking for you everywhere. But as it happens, the island is now moving faster. So perhaps
I'm
we can...
well of that.
Yeah, so perhaps this can wait until after we're not crashing into the mountain.
Well, I don't need to talk to you about the questions I had. Now that we are going at a faster speed, that brings in sub steps 18 of the operational rules of the
Use
guard.
smaller words, it'll be faster for you.
So since subset 18 is in, I've already gone through and checked. That's not a subset we've ever had to use before until now.
I have a great idea. Why don't you talk to the keeper of the well? He's right over there. And I'll point to where Nosix came up with us.
Well, that's the thing. Subset 18 is in. The keeper of the well as emergency situation is not the advising issue. That would be the council. And I've already spoken to one of the council members who were reinstated. And they've informed me to create the special council for evacuative services in emergency
I turned to
situations.
Benetta and Babakar. That reminds me, I forgot. Nosix also disbanded the council. So, just another note. Anyway, you guard, can you walk and talk?
Yes, I can.
Good,
Great.
carry this.
Let's go.
And she hands him her statue.
Oh, my. All right.
And I'll try my best. I'll act interested and just be nodding along.
Yes.
And while this guy is walking.
He does a lot of red tape bureaucracy conversation.
Could I attempt to glean the point of what he's getting at?
Yes, you eventually get to the point that there is a special committee. You don't even have to roll. That's been created for emergency situations, and as the head of the guard, he is the commander of that, chair of that committee, and he has been given the directions to follow the requests of the strangers. So he is in your service at this point.
So, you took 10 minutes to tell me that you're here to help.
Well, yes, but you needed to understand the reason in which I was here.
Great. I understand. Now, go help.
Without order, there's only chaos.
Wow.
Okay.
We are all refreshed and challenged by your unique point of view.
Refreshed
Thank
and
you.
challenged. Okay, how about you stay nearby and I'll tell you when I have something for you to do.
Excellent.
Great. Okay, let's go find Sofka now, guys.
Don't forget
You
your
find-
statue. You're responsible for that.
I have it.
Good.
Carry it off the island with you if need be.
You find Sofka at the structure that Benetta and Babakar found outside the city. They are finishing weaving the spell and runes on it, and they have lined up hundreds of what to you look like very makeshift and weak wings made out of wood and fabric. But they are having them be placed on the backs of the elves.
Well,
Sofka says,
this-
oh, it's good to see you. You've come. Everything's going very well. You've done an excellent job getting everyone here, but I still think there's some people missing.
Winda immediately gets angry. Again. They tried
maybe
so hard.
that guard can be useful after all. Going to get the rest of the folks.
You're gonna-
I'm sorry, your husband. He's
Yes.
quite useful. Very good at his job.
He is very good at his job.
Yeah,
Yes.
he like has such a personality.
I love Winda's face.
He
Like-
seems a little rough on the outside and gruff, I realize, but inside he's really a sweetheart.
Right.
He carries things well. Not that armor, but he does seem to have some strength.
He says, well, you may not realize this armor is very heavy.
Yes.
So,
Most impractical armor is.
Benetta, what if he left the statue here and gathered the rest of the people? For now.
Yes, I and my guards can certainly go and do that. We're very good at gathering people. That's one of the primary jobs of the guards.
It would have been so helpful to have you earlier. But I'll take you now.
And then it will take the statue back.
Town watch, follow me. And they start to trot off.
Babukar, do you think these contraptions will work?
Modge Podge wings? I'm not sure. What is your friend's name?
Sofka.
Sofka. How does this work? What are you attempting?
We are going to use the tower structure with our wind magic to focus the energy, and our people will launch off of the tower with the wind magic, coursing through their wings to allow them to fly down to the surface.
With these wings?
Yes. I realize they look crude, perhaps, but they have been imbued with magic and bonded to the tower. It will work. I know it will.
I have a question.
If you used the primal wind on this well?
That could work, but it would have to be Gnostics who does that. I do not have access.
It's right here. Try it.
Well, I'm not the keeper.
How is this going to affect those of us who are not elves?
Or sky elves, for that matter.
And she like
Well,
shows up her ears.
You'll put the wings on as well.
The magic will still work even though I'm even though I'm human?
Of course.
Okay.
Magic is magic.
Sofka. Oh, wait, hang on. I was about to ask something that had to do with knowledge that my character does not possess. Never mind.
Winda, you feel somebody tugging on your pants.
Hey,
It's Perica.
you're so cute. What can I do for you?
I don't think that's supposed to happen. And she points in the direction that the island is currently going.
And Winda is going to look.
And you see the face of the mountain rapidly coming at the island. Like really rapidly.
Do you guys remember that snafu fairy I mentioned earlier? They've come again in a horde. She points to the mountain.
And then it impacts.
And we all die. Session's over. GG, everyone.
Rocks fell. Everybody died.
Oh, I get it. It's like humor, but different.
Everyone give me another
Oh my gosh.
roll.
It's DM humor.
That's right.
I'm
I
starting
find it
to
very
learn about
enjoyable.
DM humor, and I don't like being on the other side of it.
What are you going to be rolling, like 50 D10 here, Ian?
No.
That was unexpected.
Look, we all know fall damage
What am I doing?
maxes out at 50d6. So.
I don't think
Oh.
I can take that much stress.
Elsie
Yeah,
put the roll
I'm
command.
having a lot of stress right now.
The roll command in Roll20, not in the Steam chat. I was like, why is it telling me that the bad instructions? Target number 7.
Okay.
We only have to beat a 7?
That's
You
maybe
just have to
doable.
beat a 7.
Come on.
Okay.
Okay.
I shouldn't say
Only.
only because I'll roll bad.
All right.
Winda would like to, instead of first protect herself, she wants to protect Perica. So I kind of want to roll to protect Perica over myself.
Okay.
As I think about what to do and write it down on my box. Let's see.
Okay, I'm going to
Avatar
use
wants
my...
to protect several people if possible.
Okay. How are
Okay.
you going to
Oh,
do that,
man.
Babacar?
I have some thoughts.
Be like Groot, but
You
with
guys
fire.
are so
Well,
selfless.
not fire, but just like grab them and actually I want to like, you know, basically jet flame up off the ground so that the shaking and stuff doesn't. Yeah, I want to use one of my plot points or to add an asset, a new spell, basically. That, like,
We had jet flames this entire time.
I know, right?
You don't even have to spend an asset for that, Babacar, because you can just... So your spells are ones you know well, but you can use your fire magic to do anything that fits into that realm of fire stuff.
Yeah.
You just don't get to
just
also get
wanna
the
grab
asset.
a few people and try and do that so that they're not
Okay.
affected by the crash or anything falling around.
Okay. You could spend the point to also give you a D6 as a temporary asset, but that's up to you. But you don't have to be able to do what you're trying to do.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
I did agility and mastery and then Moonshadow Elf and my sword staff.
Mm-hmm. So LJ, you get a 16. You're good to go.
16. I also got a 1 in case that
Yes, you did.
factors in.
And I can use a plot point to upgrade one of my dice. I want to upgrade my mastery to a D10 with a plot point.
Okay.
I think if I read the rules right, I should be able to do that.
Yes.
Sweet. Okay. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Okay, here we go. So that's a 2d8 plus a d10. Let's see. That was an 8, 9, 10. So a 14. Okay. Whew. I did it.
All right. Bunch of criticals too.
Yeah. Look at us go.
We were ready for this. This was in the back of everyone's mind.
Yeah.
Eventually, this island is going to crash.
We got our failures out of us so we could rise above and get the successes.
Bonetta is going to use her agility.
Okay.
She's going to use her value is glory. If my name does not go down in the history books, so be it. And distinction is going to be fickle luck.
Gotcha.
An
So
island
that-
crashing into a mountain does seem
2d8.
like fickle luck.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So we got 2d8 and a d4. Oh, plus this, she's going to use her asset because as much as she distrusts and despises Noxious, He has said that these statues do not break. So she's actually going, and this sounds horrible, but she's going to use it to kind of cushion her impact.
Yeah.
So that'll give her D6 as well.
Correct.
So 2d8 plus 1d6 plus 1d4. That's a 10.
That does it.
Whew.
And you get a plot point because you chose to hinder.
No, I didn't. The D4 comes from her glory value.
Oh, from her. Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Um,
So I got a 6 and I got a 6 on one of my D6s on this D6, and I got a 4 on the D4, which will give me the 10, which beats the 7.
Yep. You're good to go. All right, Babacar.
Don't break the streak, Will.
Okay.
Talk about pressure.
So is it any harder at all? Because I'm trying to like get several people. Does that make the target?
No, it's
No.
your target numbers. You're okay to go with that.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to say, so I've got probably strength, I think, which isn't really a strong one, but we'll do it. And glory, because a mountain is a glorious foe. So, you know, and, you know, just general sunfire elf awesomeness, I think, and sun magic. So let's see.
Waiting with bated breath.
Yeah, right.
Yay!
Oh, yeah, easily. All right, so so everyone describe exactly how you're doing this. You all succeeded, so we know it all comes out positively. Let's go in the reverse order. So Babacar, you can go first.
Right. So I'll, grab a hold of people who are near. If one of them is Sufka, then I think that's fine. Right. And, just kind of get as many as I can in my arms and say, hold on. And, flame shoots out of his, legs, feet, whatever, however it works. I'm not sure. Like these big, and just kind of lifts up off the ground and moves into a place where nothing is falling over onto them or anything and lands. Yeah.
Excellent. And Benetta?
So Vanetta's got the statue, and she'd just taken it back from the guard, so she doesn't really have it strapped onto her. She's kind of holding on to it, and the impact happens, and I think she just kind of, it's a battle roll, and she's kind of covering the statue with her body, but she's landing so that the impact is more to the statue than her back, and just holding on to this thing, trying to protect it, and also using it to protect herself. It's not like she's using it as a shield, but it's taking the brunt of any real impact. And she's apologizing to the statue the entire way.
And Winda?
Winda just kind of does this soft turn and grabs onto Perica to buffer her blow.
And Eljal?
Eljal goes into fast moon shadow elf mode, and rather than bracing, they look ahead and watch the obstacles and just bob and weave and jump across rubble and use their sword staff to cut things out of the way. Basically, they are trying to keep their own path clear by hopping around.
Right.
How's the shoink making out in all of this?
Oh my gosh! Can I use my success to save the shoink? I need to save the shoink.
You had such a critical success. You definitely
yes. I'll say that does the shoink have a collar? I guess it has the the wool,
Has all
right?
its wool, yep.
Yeah. Okay, so I just like kind of, I'm not strong enough to like heft it, but I just grab it by its like its scruff and just sort of like drag it along with me, and like my sword staff, I'm like batting things out of the way in front of it. Hold on, Shoink. It's gonna be all right.
So as you all come to a stop, you see that it has smashed into the mountain, cracked. The mountain has cracked open, and there's a void of darkness inside the mountain. Looks like there's a cavern or something that it's slammed into. The buildings here in the city are collapsing, so there's dust coming up everywhere. But through the cloud of dust, you can see rising up out of this hole and onto the platform are these giant centipede creatures, all long. You would guess they're 50 feet long, maybe. You see at least 3 of them come surging out of this hole and up across the surface of the island. The island's kind of at an angle, and they're charging up towards it. And you also note that the tower begins to fall. And we will stop there to take our 10-minute intermission.
A very peaceful rest, indeed.
Yes.
Now is the time to panic.
Yes, now's the time to panic, love, make everybody.
Yes.
You have 10 minutes.
You have 10 minutes. Ready, set, go.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hi.
All right, so we have the island has crashed into the mountain. Out of the side of the mountain is coming these giant 50-foot long centipedes, and the tower that's going to be used to launch the wings off of the island is falling over from the crash. So what would people like to do?
I have a quick clarification question. Are
Yes.
people on the tower, or it's just the tower is like a source of magic to get people to launch off?
Tower is a source of magic that the mages will be tunneling their wind magic through to launch the people off.
I see. And
No one's on it currently.
Seeing as we are crashing into the top of the mountain, I take it we are still a ways off the ground. Like the earth, the normal ground.
Well, it is now in contact with the mountain.
Right.
So there might be a way to transfer from here onto the side of the mountain.
But centipedes.
Yes, and you mean you don't know what's going on over there exactly, but
Mm-hmm. Okay, got it.
but you may not need the tower. Where is the well?
How is it? Is it intact?
It is.
Oh,
Feather
yeah.
Shaw's-
How did
Feather
Feather Shawl
Shaw's-
do?
I just wanted to make sure because I think that thing can wear off. The
He takes it.
centipedes.
He takes a bit of a roll, but he is okay.
Yeah, Bonetta's like looking at these things coming out of the cavern and going, oh, a problem I can actually deal with.
I think Eljal and Bonetta are probably like smiling at each other, like,
It's
yes,
like,
finally.
Finally.
This I know how to deal with.
Okay. Babukar, do you want to handle the magic stuff, and Bonetta and I will do the stabby?
Yes,
Wenda,
you're better at stabbing things.
Wenda, you want to stab or magic or something else?
Human, no magic.
What are the people doing? How did the people fare? The
Some of them
groups?
have been hurt. You can see some are getting up with banged up limbs and bruises, but they're also helping each other.
Okay.
And some of the wind mages are trying to use air to keep the thing from falling. They're trying to attempt to keep it from coming down.
Okay. So, table talk. Do we want the 3 of us to fight the centipedes and let Babukar try and help with the tower?
I
Um,
think Babukar is going to be better off helping us with the centipedes. I mean,
And just let them
he's-
deal with
he-
the tower.
let the people. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, unless I can convince.
Feathershaw? Six?
Yeah, not Nasix.
Feathershaw.
No, your friend.
Oh, Safka.
Kafka.
Safka. Yeah, unless I can convince Safka to touch the well.
Oh, I didn't think of that. I
That's
could
what-
try. I'm her friend.
That's what I was gonna suggest.
Yeah.
If Babukar said, Eljal is not thinking about that right now. If Babukar proposed that, or just talk to Safka himself, either way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. Just not really going to listen to him, I don't think. But is there, if your friend has this inherited ability, this is normal, then perhaps just maybe that's the reason why Noxious never wanted to touch the well, because he is not the true and rightful heir to its power.
I'm not sure that any of this is normal, but yeah, I see what you're getting at. Okay, I'll go talk to her, but save a centipede for me. I've been itching to stab something all day.
Well, will barbecued work?
I'm yelling that mostly at Bonetta.
Thumbs up.
I don't want to be stabbed, so somebody save something for her.
Okay, I'll head off
Oh,
towards.
sorry,
I'll try
them.
to find Safka while those three do centipede.
I have
fighting.
Safka.
Oh, you. Oh, that's right. You saved Safka. Okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
so she's just right there. Safka. I don't know much about all this magic stuff or the keeper of the well and all that, but it seems like we're at desperate times, and you are the rightful keeper of the well, despite what Nosix has said. So, do you think maybe you could help us out, or at least try to do it?
You think I'm the rightful?
You're having visions! What else could that mean?
Oh. Can you, she's going to need to be convinced.
Mhm.
She's a
Yeah,
little
and I'm doing the thing that I'm very good at. Talking to people. Okay. I think this is influence.
Definitely.
I think I'm going with glory here. I've traveled far and hope it was for a purpose. I think Eljal is a little bit like, I'm not gonna die on this weird sky island. Like, I lived for more than this. And I think that also probably pertains to Safka's potential glory, like potential, you know, her living up to who she should be.
Yes.
What I think maybe I'll use a song for all occasions distinction in this.
Okay.
Would you like a choir?
I think this is not necessarily literally, and more maybe I'll draw on kind of like,
They could hum a spiritual tune.
or
Oh.
I think
I'm sorry, I get to interrupt for a second. I meant to say to everybody when we come back from the break, everyone can step all their stress down by one step.
Yay! Now I'm all D4s on all the things.
In that case, you have no stress
D6s.
anymore, Winda.
Just
you
kidding.
D6s?
D6s.
D6s, okay.
so I don't think it's a literal song, but I think it's more like Eljal's site is like referencing kind of the songs of legend and like all the things that they have heard in their tribal songs, if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
So just for flavor, you can hear.
Yeah,
humming
and
of
maybe
magical
I'll
tunes.
even say like, it's just like the songs of legend. Everyone, you have a great destiny and you have to go seize it, like that kind of thing. All right, that's my pool.
And what, Eljal, what stresses do you have now?
Two really good ones for this. I'm insecure and afraid.
No.
Excellent. Which one is higher?
They're both D6s right now because I
They're
just
both
lowered them.
D6s.
Both,
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm gonna add a D6 to her dice pool.
Okay. So let's see. I'm taking a D6 and 2D8.
So the target number is an 8. And I did roll a 1, so you can spend... We can do this after the roll. I'll tell you what to do.
Okay.
But go ahead and make a roll first.
Yes, I got a 4 and a 6, so I got a 10.
All right, that's a 10. So you do convince her, most definitely. She's like, you're right. It is my destiny. I had the visions. I'm the one who should have been able to take over, and he wouldn't share it with me.
Right.
Oh my gosh, please
Yes.
don't die.
And
You're
now it's
absolutely
your turn.
Yes, it is my turn. It is. You're right. Now, I rolled a 1.
Uh-huh.
So you can, if you want to, spend a plot point and lower one of your stresses by a step.
I
You don't
think,
have to, but you have the
yeah,
option.
I think I'm gonna save it mostly because like Eljal is just as uncertain about this as she is, but is not wanting to let on. So like I don't think Eljal becomes any less insecure or afraid in this situation. They're just like desperately hoping that Babukar is correct.
Okay, so Benetta, you are charging forward to deal with the centipedes, correct? Or are you waiting for the others?
Who did you ask? Sorry, Benetta?
Benetta, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Benetta's charging forward.
Okay.
She gets up off the statue, apologizes to it, and has already pulled her sword and running forward.
Great. And Winda, you also are charging, or are you waiting?
I actually think I might wait. She's still got a lot of stresses right now, so I think with her insecurity about being afraid and angry, she's probably holding back slightly.
Okay. So she walks over and she says, Feathershaw, please. And he places it down on the ground. He actually looks to Babakar, I think, first. Are you okay with him doing this?
Yes.
He places it down, she reaches out, touches it, and then you see her arm start to transform into that stone and sinew form that the other statues are. It quickly runs up her arm and begins to take over her body.
Mistake. Big mistake.
Anybody going to do anything?
I don't know what this is. I
Correct.
didn't know what the statues were, so I think Eljal is not sure what's happening.
You have to believe. I don't know.
Is Babakar just gonna let this happen?
No!
She is rapidly transforming.
Okay, yeah, let's is there a way to like remove her hand from the well?
Sure. How do you want to try and do that?
With lots of awesome magic.
Okay.
I didn't like the way you said sure. Sure.
I mean, I'm willing to let you try anything you want.
Okay. No idea. No, I'll run up there and touch it, of course.
Aren't we like right next to her?
Yeah.
Couldn't you just like
Yeah,
stab
just
that?
pull her-
like pull
pull
her
her off
away.
of it.
Like bat her hand.
Bad dog.
Pull
No.
her away.
Yeah, is Babakar. Oh, okay. There it is.
Target number's a 9. Considering it was 2d12, that's actually not very bad.
Yeah.
Target number 9.
Okay.
Babukar. You can do it. You can do it.
We'll see about that. So I'm going to use, so I think it's strength, right? And,
It could be spirit too, depending on how you're doing it.
yeah, maybe, or agility, trying to be quick.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. agility. Let's go with agility.
Okay.
Shoot. I did a bad.
What did you do?
Let's see. Boy, it's probably liberty. I sometimes get lost in my work and forget myself. So I did tried to do the right thing, but need to turn it back. So, and then I'm going to go with Sunfire Elf Heat Being, and then this is making him angry. And so I'm going to step up that agility dice to a 10. Yeah.
Okay, and you're giving yourself an angry stress of 8?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Because my stress was gone after this last step down, so I'll just bring it back. Yeah. Let's do some dice.
Here I was so proud of us, you guys. I thought
Yeah,
we
me
had
too.
solved the puzzle, came up with such a good idea.
It was a good idea.
We're
It
just
really
going to
was.
kill the only semi-competent person in this town.
I realize we've been
Oh,
friends for
yeah.
quite a while. I would like to make that end now. Window would like to leave.
That was a good roll, though,
Easily.
Will.
That was
So
a good roll.
Yeah, it was a 15.
15,
Nice.
which is a critical step up.
Woo.
So, Babacar, how are you doing this exactly?
I'm just gonna grab her shoulders and pull her back away from the well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're able to do it fast enough that her arm has transformed, but you disconnect her before it moves over to her chest area. And so her arm doesn't go back, but the rest of her looks fine. Although she is screaming in pain at the moment.
Guys, that's bad.
What was that? What? I thought this was going to work, Babacar. What?
Nosik says, I told you this have to have the armor on.
But you're a lying little liar. The untruther.
Yeah, I think I'm
Man.
going to level my sword staff at Nosik's. Not actually take action, but just I'm going to need you to shut your mouth for the rest of this time unless we ask you a question, or I'll shut it for you permanently. You got that?
Yeah.
Give me an intimidation here.
Eljal is so done with everything.
So if the well keeper can't touch the well, what would happen now if Gnostics were to touch it?
It's a good question.
Okay. I'll go ahead and use. I'm trying not to metagame here, but I'm trying to decide if my spirit is what is doing this, or if what is so intimidating is how quickly I flourished it around and pointed it at him.
Mm-hmm.
I think I want to go agility.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I'm gonna go. I think glory again, that I've traveled far and hope it was for a purpose. I'm still holding on to these people are not going to be the death of me. I'll do homesick assassin too. I'm kind of tapping into that assassiny nature that I've yet to be able to really use in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
And then swordplay. Can I finally use that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
swordplay.
you're using your staff. You definitely can.
And my elven sword staff is my asset. Okay, I've got a pool. Is that what am I trying to beat?
He rolled a target of, let's see, 13.
Oh, that's pretty high. Okay, using glory and
With
then
an effect die of a D8. Oh, but what are your current stresses?
I'm insecure and afraid.
What's your insecure?
Both D6s.
Okay. So I'm also going to add a.
I'm
D6.
actually going to take a hinder on my homesick assassin. I
Okay.
think that's like causing me to barely hold on to control here. Okay, sorry, I'm just typing in the last things. Sword play and sword staff. Okay. All of these dice. Oh my goodness. I did all of that and I forgot to type the R. Okay. Third time's the charm, guys. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to beat a what?
13.
13. Oh, I don't think I can do it, but
Not without spending a plot point, no.
not without spending a plot point, which I did just gain one because I hindered.
Yep.
And
A
you
children's choir.
you
is,
rolled a 1, right?
At your
I rolled a
disposal.
1, which means you could spend a plot point to lower one's stress.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I would like to spend a plot point to keep an extra dice, so I'm going to go up to a 14. And then
Okay.
I want to keep, so I'm going to use the D8, the D. I'm
keep
going to leave the
use
D10
D10.
as the effect dice. Yeah.
Yep.
So plot point spent and D10
He-
effect dice.
He is going to roll again.
Okay.
He's going to up it. I think he can beat you again. And I have to, so you're currently a 14, right?
14. Mm-hmm.
I will spend one of his plot points.
Dang
so
it.
if you could drop my plot points down to a 3, please. And he's got a 15 now
Oh, okay.
with an effect die of a D8.
And can I now respond? Is that how this works? Basically,
Yep,
until one
you
of us
can-
gives up or gives in or
One of you-
whatever.
Either gives in because you don't succeed, or choose to say, I can't beat that, and you take the loss.
Okay.
And
I'm
the
gonna
difference
try-
is
Oh, go ahead.
if you choose to take the loss, you get a plot point, and you get to choose where your damage goes. Your stress goes. If you just fail, I place your stress.
So 15.
Yep.
Can I spend a plot point to give Eljal an asset?
Yes.
Okay, I want to sneak a little flame along her blade, so now it's a big, scary
Oh.
flaming blade.
Would you
Okay.
like a children's
That
choir?
actually will cost you 2 plot points.
Two plot points.
Yeah, one to
Does it
create
give
the
an-
asset, and one to give it to somebody else.
Oh. It's okay if you can't spare that.
I can spare children.
I mean,
I have
that's your
plenty.
call. I'm not
Very
going to
sure.
demand help from anybody. That's up to
In that
you.
case, maybe can I step up one of their dice instead?
Yes.
Okay. I'll
I'm
do that.
gonna spend 2 to give her some children, or to give
To
them
help
some
in my
children.
intimidation.
Yeah, children can be very intimidating, and
This
I'm gonna
crowd of children just slowly
Yeah.
form behind me.
and
All staring at him.
Winda believes that they have like the best intention. Like you have yet to steer Winda wrong in this area, except hiding your plans from her. But she trusts them.
Okay, so you're stepping up one of my dice,
You're okay.
Will?
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're
Ash-
fine.
Yeah. Which attribute were you using?
I was using agility.
Agility. So I'll step down my agility, and yours will go up one.
So mine's at a D10. So
So it goes
does
to
it go to
12.
a
Goes to a
D12?
D12. Yep.
Ooh. Okay. And then Winda is giving me an asset, so a D6.
Yep.
Well, that's not right. Okay. And then if I took hinder on the first one, do I need to do that again?
You do not.
But do I want to do
You
it
can
again?
choose to.
we'll go ahead and do it again.
Okay.
Okay. So not gonna forget the
So
R
Eljal
command
will
this
get
time.
another plot point.
Okay. Okay, so I'm rolling a d12, 2d8s, 2d6, and a d4. And I'm trying to beat a 15. Right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Oh.
Ooh.
That wasn't good, folks at
Mm.
home. I rolled 1, and I don't think there is any way I can beat you, even if I keep dice.
Yeah.
That d12 was a 4 for me. What a
That was
shame.
horrible.
Well,
Yeah,
I guess that means I lose.
all right. So
Not doing great, guys.
You don't get a plot point for that because you chose to try and outroll it. And I will choose where it goes. What's my effect? It's a D8. Let's step that afraid up. You were at a D6 afraid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's make it a D8.
Okay.
And you were trying to
Shut
get
him up.
to shut him up.
Intimidate
Yeah.
him.
He moves his hand just so slightly, and his wind grabs your blade and flips it back away from him. Do not point that at me ever again, child. I am still in control here.
Window's gonna slowly back up.
Are ya? Well, you're doing a bang-up job. I'm gonna go run off with my shoink to go get my weapon because there are centipedes attacking still.
Okay. Vanetta, you come upon the centipedes. The first one, as you come around one bend, is it's charging down the road towards the soft, tasty morsels that are collecting outside the city. And it's coming right at you.
She's running right at it.
I thought you would be. As you run at it, you suddenly realize that two others are also coming along on one's on a side street and the other is coming along the roofs. And so you suddenly have all three of them around you. They aren't necessarily directly attacking you right now, but the pool they have is 3d10. So that's what you're going to be starting up against. And you're going to be trying to whittling it down over time.
She realizes that she's running it alone, so this is spirit.
Yep.
Justice. Her great might represents defense. And she's defending these people. And she is a knight of Luxaria. So we've got that. And if she wins this contest, I'll be using Stalwart, which is to spend a plot point to step down all my stress die if I succeed. Okay. Swordplay specialty. Sunforged blade is asset. Would her strategy come in on this as well?
Yes, I can see that.
Okay.
And what stress dice do you have right now?
I have a D6 injured and a D6 angry.
Okay, the angry's not going to help, I don't think, but I am going to add the D6 to my dice roll.
So that's 10.
So, target number 14.
Okay.
With an effect die of a D10.
I have 2D10 plus 2D8 plus 2D6 to roll. So let's get those typed in there.
I'm trying to beat a 14, you said, correct?
Correct.
I am going to spend a plot point to add an extra die to take my 12 up to a 16.
Mm-hmm. With an effect die of 10, because you don't need to use that 3 there.
Correct.
Yep. All right. And since you beat it and it's an effect die of 10, you describe how you kill one of these things.
As she goes running up to this, and she's fairly fresh from battle. It's only been a few days, I believe, since the battle, and she just all of this stress that she's been carrying, and the injuries are gone, but it all just feels her, and she just goes running. The blade is out; it's fired up, glowing with the runes. And she just launches herself off a rock and comes down with the blade and just splits this thing right in half.
All right. The two cracks are wide open and the two sparks slide across the ground, which causes the other two, one of them gives a scream out and they both spin to come at you, ignoring all the other people.
Good distraction, Bonetta. Good job.
Winda realizes that she's no use right now talking with these people because she still doesn't totally understand what's happening. So she's going to assist Bonetta and turn her attention to the bugs.
Okay, go ahead and give it a roll.
Okay. So, my handy dandy box that I have to write down all my things because that's what I do now. Okay.
Oh, I am spending a pop point to step down all my stress dice, so I am done with stress.
Okay.
I'm actually going to use her awareness of these spinning freaky monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to use mastery again because it's a survival skill, which is a D8. And then trailblazing hunter, which is also a D8. And then her asset, finally, her crossbow, which is also a D8. So it's going to be a D10 and 3 D8.
And what do you have any stress dice?
Yes.
What do you have?
I have 3 D6.
Oh, wait, what are they in?
Oh, insecure, angry, and afraid.
Okay, so I'm gonna add a D6 for the
Okay.
insecure.
Oh, hey, that's nice.
Just throwing up
Yeah.
ones for
Throwing
us.
up a nat one. I love it.
That was very good.
Okay, so that was 6, 3, 4, 6. So I'm going to use the 2 6s for a 12.
Yep.
Obviously.
And it's an effect die of a D8, so you step one of these down to a D8. Doesn't go away completely, but it steps down. And you can describe how you wound it. You also, do you want to spend a plot point to be able to drop one of your stresses down?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You can choose which one you want.
We're gonna take insecure down to a D4.
Which means it goes away.
Yay! So she is no longer insecure from punching a really hard vase.
She just needed her crossbow in her
She
hand.
just-
She's like,
That's
that's
right.
right. That's
I
what
got
I'm made
this.
for.
If she'd
I can
shot
do
the
it.
vase, she'd have been
That's-
fine.
Yeah.
Exactly. Bro, I could have done that, but those children really wanted me to punch it. So yeah, we'll get rid of that. So she's not the most flourished when it comes to actually fighting, so she's gonna just be smart and just kind of aim for the eyes. Do they
Okay.
have eyes?
They do have eyes. Yep.
Cool. She's gonna aim for that.
Yep.
Whatever they
And
see out of.
It doesn't really go in, but it rides across it and puts a big scar across the face of it.
Awesome. She's gonna yell at it and say, "Xadia is full today."
And let's have Bonetta. Let's do one more with you
I realized I said
before we cut back to the
Cicadia.
others.
I mixed cicada and Xadia, and I'm so sorry. Xadia.
She's under it's a stressful situation, okay?
It is.
Yeah, she's under a lot of stress.
Going to stick with the same thing, I think.
Okay.
Uh,
Go ahead and roll. Target number is 11 now.
okay.
Ooh,
That's a
Two ones.
14, but I've got 2 ones.
I see that. So 14 beats it. You can use what if did you have to use the 9 there? You did. So your
Yep.
effect die is a D8.
Yep.
Which is gonna step this one down. So you're definitely wounding it. You can describe how you wound it, but you're also gonna get wounded.
Okay. I think she's as she sees Winda shooting the one in the eye, she's going to go for the other one, and I think she goes for the headshot. She's trying to just take this thing's head off, and she slips. I mean, it's been a rough day, and instead of cleaving through it like she should, it just kind of does a slash across the torso of this thing.
Okay.
And she just, because her timing is off, she lands awkwardly, and that's when she ends up injured.
So I'm gonna give you a plot point, and I can give you, because you rolled 2 ones, I can give you 2 stresses, both a D6, or I could make one of them only give you one and make it a D8 by stepping it up. What stresses do you already have?
I just cleared my last stress, so I have none at the moment.
Okay. So in that case, I'm going to put a D6 on injury
Okay.
and D6 on exhausted.
Okay.
Let's cut back to the others. So Babacar, you have gotten Sofka off of the thing, but her arm is changed. And Eljal, you have gone and grabbed your spear. Are you then taking off, or are you staying here?
Can we let Babacar go first?
Sure.
Babacar
If that's
has
okay,
done
Will.
no good today.
I know the feeling.
Whew. Okay. We know what's going on with the centipedes. What's going on with the island and the mountain right now? Is it like still moving? Is it stabilized?
It is stabilized. It's not moving. It is
Okay.
pounded into the mountain. They have melded parts of their pieces together, and it's not moving.
So we don't necessarily have to get everybody off of here anymore.
Correct.
Okay. Then I think Babacar is going to go back to help his sister.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to go shoot a bolt of fire at the centipede that injured her.
Target number is 8.
You can do 8. All right. So we're going to do, and he's going to really sort of focus in and look for a weak spot on this thing. Probably maybe try and hit the spot where she previously hit it. So I'm going to go with intellect. And a glory, because this is a worthy foe. And straight to the point.
No fuss in his combat. He's just right to the point here.
So that's simplicity is best solution, straight to the point. And I am going to spend a plot point to make an asset which is going to be like an extra ring of like blue fire, like super heated fire around this firebolt.
Okay.
That's going to go in with it. And so, yeah, sun magic and yeah. Anyway, so because you don't hurt Benny. It's not
Can
okay.
before you roll,
Yeah.
Can I assist by dropping down my intellect, because she created, here's the wound. It wasn't a killing blow, but it's opening him up. She's getting the assist on the goal,
Yes.
so that takes your intellect up one dice.
Yep.
Okay.
So your intellect steps up.
So that's a D12 for that, D10 for glory, a D8 for simplicity, one for sun magic, and one for the big hairy blue fireball asset. All right.
Did you also give yourself the asset for the bolt of fire?
Oh, no, I didn't. So that's 48. That's a lot of dice. Okay.
It is.
Let's see what happens. That is a really, really awful roll.
That is.
So many ones.
3
It is
nat ones.
going to be successful. And then I got a 10
effect die.
Effect die.
Yep. Which is going to wipe it out. So you shatter it completely. But I'm going to give you a plot point. You rolled 3 ones, so I can give you 3 stress D6s. Let's put, do you have any stress already?
I have 8 in anger.
You have an 8 in anger. Let's put a D6 in exhausted. Just kind of overpush yourself. Injured, because one of the pieces comes flying back. And, because when you hit it, you actually shatter it, blow it apart.
Yeah.
And, and afraid.
Afraid of the power within.
That's right.
Okay. All right.
Well, that was effective.
There was. Elja?
Okay. What's Nosix doing right now?
He is trying to give directions to his people. He says, get the tower up. We can get people off like you planned. Quickly, quickly. Everyone has the wings on already. And Feather Show, get that thing off of here. We need to get the well to safety.
Okay. Eljal has a thought, but this is a bad time for it, so they're going to wait. It is a full moon,
Yes.
and they have not really used that yet, but they kind of... Nosix may have found himself near the top of Eljal's list at this point. But since he is still at least somewhat helping the people, kind of, Eljal thinks that if they were to murder him right now, it would probably do more harm than good. So they'll just kind of log that away for the moment. But know, Ian, that I'm looking for a chance to go invisible and stick him.
Gotcha.
Okay, so in that case, I think are the centipedes handled? There's one more.
There's one more, but it's pretty hurting you. The rest of your compatriots can
friends.
definitely take it out.
Yeah. Safka, or not Safka, Eljal, like, kind of sighs, a little disappointed that they didn't get to participate. And then I guess go check on Safka, who's screaming in pain. And
She is not.
Okay.
She is not screaming anymore, but she is crying. Her left arm is rigidly straight out in a frozen statue form, and now you can take a good look at it. She has like granite and marble intermixed in her arm, and there is also crystalline structures that kind of glitter as
Gosh.
well as some flesh and muscle there.
It's time to amputate.
Can we just play back that scene really quick? Is Babacar pulls her away after her arm goes rigid and she's screaming in pain, and he walks away to go blow up a centipede. And she's just left alone, like, what has happened to my arm? And he's like, I don't know, but I blew up a centipede over there.
My sister's in
Fine,
trouble.
I'm out.
At least you're not one of those. Points to the statue. Walks off.
Oh my
So Eljal will go try to help her, although they have no idea what to even do other than, I guess, just try to like calm her down.
Eljal, I don't know what to do.
I don't know either, but we're gonna figure this out. All right? We just
Right.
have to get through all of this, and I'll point at the centipede as it's exploding, which on the upside, it looks like we're making steady progress there. So
Yes.
that's good. Right. Well, I won't leave you, all right? It's
Okay.
gonna be okay.
Thank you.
And the shrink's here too, so
He nuzzles up against her.
emotional support.
Yep.
He nuzzles up against her good hand.
That's I don't know. Okay. And what's Feathershaw doing?
Feathershaw is gone to the edge of the thing. He says, I think I can probably float my way down with this if I just direct its energies well. Except I don't know how to. He just seems to
Feathershaw.
be kind of putteringly along. Yes.
Uh-oh.
Somebody went. I assume Tori
Yep.
went silent.
Yeah, I think we just lost Tori.
Oh,
Oh no. Will they ever get to assassinate?
I don't know. We're so close. Well, let's finish the battle here with the
Perfect.
centipede.
I got this.
All right, Winda.
Same as last time.
Okay.
So I rolled an 18, so I'm gonna take the 8 and the 6 to be a 14.
The target number from me is not gonna roll.
Uh-oh. Cool.
Sorry guys. Everything with my internet is going wrong tonight. But we're gonna power through.
Yeah, we can do this.
Well, I killed the centipede. Got a 14. The target was 11.
All right. And what was your effect die?
Was it 10?
Was it 10?
Yes, it was a 10. How do you want to take this one out?
Same thing. She's not flourishing. She's just going to continue to hit it where it hurts.
All right, right in its eye again.
Yeah.
This time it goes, shatters it apart and goes deep into it, and the thing
Perfect.
slides off the building it was on, crashes to the ground. And Elja?
I don't know. I'm so useless.
Oh.
All of my plans have gone wrong. Let's see. I still have stress and insecure and afraid. That's very fitting because Eljal is feeling like nothing they have done today has worked.
Well, they begin to launch the elves off of the tower.
Oh.
They start to they start to channel it, and the elves step down the bottom, and they get launched up through the structure and out, and they start to glide down, and they can just start sending them very quickly.
Okay, so and none of them are crashing and dying horrible deaths at the moment.
No.
Well,
They fly up, and then you can kind of see them spinning down, like those whirligig
yeah.
oak leaves. didn't you?
Yeah. Wow, that would be really dizzying. Okay. Sofka, do you think you can still fly one of those things?
I think so. I also have my magic. I should be
Right.
fine.
Okay, get to the ground and help your people, and I'll find you down there.
Okay,
I'm gonna keep an eye on the well.
excellent.
Okay, so I'll send her off, and I'm gonna stick with Feathershaw and Nosix because I don't trust these two being alone together.
Nosix goes over and helps use the tower
Okay.
because he is a wind mage. And Feathershell says, maybe I should put on one of those wings and fly down.
I thought you could use the armor
The armor?
or the well or some magic. I don't know.
Oh,
you
I
said you thought
I
you could
can-
float down.
I can use my feather shawl, my shawl. Oh, my head is all over the place today. Just it's very confusing. What a day.
Yeah. All right. Is there room for two with that
Certainly.
shawl?
Yes, of course. I brought everyone up with it.
Oh, is that how we got up here? Okay.
Yeah, he never told you that, but yeah.
Okay. Great. Let's go gather the others and go down together.
Yes. Let's.
Okay. I am not going to let him out of my sight. I just have this feeling he's going to take the well and flee. So...
Okay. So the three of you who have taken out the centipede, are you heading back towards the tower?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you, as Eljal and Feathershaw are heading towards you, you start to come back and you all can meet in the middle outside the walls. Feathershaw says, I just need to dance. He begins to dance and move while holding the well.
At this point, it's not the strangest thing we've seen today.
That is true.
And then you all begin to glitter with light underneath his feet like you did at the beginning, and it rises you up into the air off the island and then brings you down and settle down into the forest below on the side of the mountain.
Are all the other elves there too?
They are all collecting. Yep, it takes a little while, but they do all eventually get down.
But
But
I think Benetta's actually going to suggest to Feathershaw, you could go back up there and start bringing more people down. That way, that would be a wonderful sign of friendship between your people and their people by helping them evacuate faster so that not everyone has to ride the twirly puke of death thing.
I could.
Good. Go do that.
That's a lot to dance in.
I like the fact that the well is here on the ground, safe and in secure
Good. Oh.
hands.
Perfectly. Set it down, free your hands up, and you can go up again, and it'll still be here because nobody else is going to pick it up. You're the one wearing the armor.
Right. We'll watch it for you.
Exactly.
Yes. All right then. He puts it down and begins to dance, and he will back and forth help bring people down.
Can I talk to my friends while people are away from us?
You can. Yep.
I don't like that Nosix being in charge. I don't think he's good for this people. Plus, did you see how he just threw my sword?
That was extremely rude, and I feel like anger is now his personality.
He is trouble.
Yeah.
Sofka should be the leader,
Yeah.
I think.
Don't know
I
her,
agree.
but anybody's better than Noxious.
She's nice.
Also, Babukar, you got any leads on undoing the whole turn to stone and granite and all that?
Noxious thought he could do something about it given time, but he was too concerned with how to get the well off of the island in the meantime.
Oh, everyone in this well. Good riddance. It's on the ground now.
Gnostics will come up. Well, you've done well, thank you. Now we can take our well and bring my people to a new home.
Now you can restore those who have been turned into statues of pain.
Well, yes, eventually we'll bring them with us. And once
Eventually.
No, not
Eventually, these are people.
now. That happens now.
Winda getting clued into things is my
Yeah.
favorite. Wait a minute, what?
Yes, they are alive, trapped in those forms, and no.
How?
Long story. Now,
I don't know how. I'm very tired. I've not been able to explore it. I've been very focused on saving the well.
Bonetta's got like
Now-
this black eye, bruises. She's limping, and she's exhausted. So she's just kind of like, she looks like, and she goes, "Don't care."
But Babacar, you understand? Explain this to them. It's magic. It can be very difficult. It requires deep study and understanding to get through to the key issue.
Yes, but you've been studying this well for your entire life. So now is the time to put that study into action.
But I haven't been studying how to correct what it does to people when they touch it.
Is Sofka around?
Yes.
Sofka, do you know anything about this magic? You're
I
a
know-
mage.
I am a mage. I know some, but I've never been able to deeply understand the well because I do not have the necklace. I've not been given the rights.
The necklace! There's a necklace! I'll turn and look at Gnostics. There's a necklace!
Yes, there's a necklace. That's what.
Do you have it?
Yes, it's what shows that I am it's my connection to the well. And when it is time for someone else to take over, they will acquire the necklace.
It's
But it
time
is not-
right now.
Yeah.
Let us let her try it. An experiment, perhaps.
She can't touch it with her hands. You've already seen that. So only if she
wasn't
were to.
wearing the necklace.
Nah.
But if I give her the necklace and the right, then I am no longer the keeper of the well, which means I would not be the leader of my people. And you would leave them wandering through the forest in this new land with no guidance in the hands of a child?
Oh, we know this land. There's no problem. We'll find a place for you.
And I believe Feathershaw's going to be taking that as well. So
Besides,
you-
she likes
he needs-
handcuffs. She's tough.
And look
No,
where
she's
your
married to
leadership has gotten us.
the
This
guard.
far.
Started onto
She's
it.
tough.
So it sounds like you're trying to intimidate him to give this up because he really doesn't want to.
That sounds right.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think all of us are pitching in on this one.
Yeah.
Ugh. I'm just itching to stab this guy.
Stabby, stabby. Go
Yep.
invisible.
You and Vanetta both.
That might be step 2. We'll see though.
All right. So who's taking the lead on this intimidation to get him to give this up?
I would propose Babukar because he was the one who kind of initially was like, well, let's try it, like an experiment, you know.
Yeah.
Yep,
Right.
Mage to
I'm
mage.
trying to
Yeah.
appeal to that side of
All of
things,
us
I
are like,
guess.
let's stab him, and Babukar's like, let's just see if we can talk this out.
I thought we've established that we're
because
not good
because
talkers.
if I don't, then he is getting stabbed, right?
Yeah,
That's
that's
what happens next. Okay.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. All right. So yeah, let's go. This is I feel like probably either spirit or intellect, right?
Mhm.
I don't know which one's a better fit for sure, but I kind of think probably one of those two.
Yeah.
I'm trying
think-
to
I mean,
appeal to his
intellect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your Babakar's intellect is still stepped up, correct?
Correct.
Would it be? Oh, kick butt. That's awesome. All right. And then I think probably I don't know. I want to know the truth of this. I want to know how this thing works, right? If we give the necklace to her, is it gonna is it gonna work? It needs to work. I feel
Mhm.
like it should. So I'm gonna go with truth. And I am really ticked off. So it's hot-headed sun mage, yeah. I want to. There isn't anything listed for this, but sun magic does things like the bolt of fire and the ring of light, but it also does the sense truth. But I feel like maybe it could also be intimidating potentially. So not an asset that I actually have, but still use the sun magic to help create intimidation.
Yep.
Like his eyes are gonna glow flame, and he's gonna say, "Look, you need to do this," right?
Mhm.
So I think that's what it is. So
Give it a roll.
I will give it a roll. So it's going to be a D12 and a D8, 2D8, 3D8. Yeah?
Yay! That's good.
That is good.
That
And
is good.
I'm gonna do. I
What
don't
is
know if
it?
this makes sense or not, but I think I want to spend one of those plot points to add one of the dice to make this a really good success.
Okay, so his target number is a 20, and you have a D12 effect die.
Yeah.
All right. Here's his roll. He's got 5D8 right now. I rolled 1, so that one doesn't count at all. And you could spend a plot point if you wanted to step down your one stress. Is a 14. Yeah, even if I spend a plot point, I can just tie you. I should have stepped down. I should have just given up. Okay, so in that case, you were doing a D12 stress to him. You
Ooh.
choose where it goes. And he's out of commission, probably.
I'm gonna go with. I mean, he was exhausted
And
before, so I'm
actually-
gonna go with.
Actually, you got a critical because the highest I can get is a 14. Yeah. So you actually can step that D12 up. So he is going to go out wherever you put him. He's going to be unfunctioning. He will have rolled over on stress. So how do you want to take him out?
Either exhausted or insecure. What do y'all think?
I
think
can think
insecure.
insecure. Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's like, I won't be the leader anymore.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's just realized that he's not the big fish in the pond anymore.
Yeah.
Bunch of outsiders are coming in and tearing everything apart.
You're right, Babakar. You are right. I must do this. It's not my time any longer. And he'll draw the necklace off and walk over to Sofka. Says a few words, some type of magical ritual, and places it around her neck. My time is done and my purpose is no more. And then he touches the well and starts to turn into a statue.
No.
That's a bit
But that is
dramatic,
gonna-
sir.
Shove him away from the
You're gonna
well.
You're going to shove him away? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have to roll. You shove him away. His arm is changed, but that's it.
Sir,
She-
you're depriving your village of their idiot. Please stop.
No, what he's depriving them of is his knowledge and experience. And every new leader needs an advisor.
I guess. He's still an
Not-
idiot.
Sofka says, yes, I do need an advisor. I have not been taught enough at this point. He must teach me, but first I must understand the well. She kind of closes her eyes and seems to go in kind of a little trance. And then after a few minutes, to the point where we're all getting a little nervous, maybe it's a little too long, she's not doing anything. She steps over to one of the statues and touches it with her statue arm. She like brings it around and up and touches it, and slowly you see the person start to transform and come out of this rock and flesh statuette form that it is.
Oh, thank goodness.
And she is able to bring them out completely. And then she goes around and does the others. But she says, I've taken enough energy to be able to move her arm so she can kind of bring it out of its straight thing to a curve, but she does not get rid of her arm. I keep it as a reminder to all what can be done. And then the group of you can travel with Feathershaw, and they will all come as well because they're not sure where to go. And Feathershaw she is able to help Feathershaw remove the grubs from his lands so that he can be accepted back to his people, and the grubs are removed. So you all are successful in saving the day all around.
And we almost killed Sofka.
You did almost kill Sofka.
But we didn't kill Sofka.
A very near thing.
Oops.
And
Oh my gosh.
considering you did not take any of the people who can talk out of situations, y'all did a very good job.
Yeah,
I'm
considering
very
the assassin
surprised.
never stabbed anything this
I know,
entire
I know.
adventure, I think we did all right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
what kind of assassin are you? You stab nothing and you got a sidekick of a shoink to
Well,
trap.
the only things I could sneak up on were farm animals.
Well, I think Elgel needs to start reconsidering their purpose in life.
Yeah.
Wenda's gonna go like make chocolate cake for all the children.
Oh, they are ecstatic.
Yes.
She gives us chocolate cake.
She's gonna come once a year and give them all chocolate cake till they're grown adults.
So do we just have this hybrid sky moon shadow elf tribe now?
I think we probably do, yeah.
Neat.
Maybe we'll come back and explore that at some point with this.
Maybe that's where Eljal finds their new home. Maybe they join up with this weirdo hybrid tribe.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that they could use a new captain of the guard.
Yeah.
Who
Oh
actually knows what
my.
they're doing.
Hey, next wreck is here.
Like I said, they could use initiative.
Oh goodness gracious.
he's a little confused about what he should do now that the rules are all changed.
There's a proper procedure for everything, except when there's
yeah.
no proper procedure.
Exactly.
And your wife becomes the most powerful person in the
I'm gonna say Eljal's contribution was running interference on all of the incompetent people in town, so you
Yes.
guys could do
The truth.
the job.
You were very good at it, LJ.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you players for playing. Let's run through our cast real quick so we know so viewers know where they can find more of you if they so desire. So, of course, me and Erica are here with Level 1 Geek. Erica has a cool podcast out called The Let Us In that you should go listen to. I don't want to steal all your thunder, Erica. Anything quick you want to say about that?
Tomorrow is our live stream of session 0 of our season 2. We're creating a world in Arium, so we're very, very excited.
And
We're up to Will's shirt.
yeah, speaking of Arium, we
I just
have
want a
had
shirt.
Will. I know the shirts are really cool. Will from Adept Icarus has been here playing with us. He is one of the creators of Arium and lots of other cool games. So anything you would like to share, Will?
No, you can find me on Twitter at WLMunn, MUNN, or you can look at adepticarus.com.
Awesome.
That's a good way to find stuff.
Yes, and Arium is a super fun game that you should all play. And then Cleric of Cord, you've been wonderful. Kat, where can people find you? What do you do?
It's been a pleasure to be here. I miss playing with you, and it's great to have a chance to play with you again. And I mean, I've watched Will, and this has been great. Thank you so much. Thank you to the community. You guys are wonderful, and been very warm and welcoming. You can find me at Cleric of Cord, and the next place you can find me will be next Thursday, a week from tomorrow, over on the Lawful Geeks channel as we play some Shadowrun 6e. That has been heavily homebrewed because Shadowrun 6e. I play a street shaman and who has had her life decimated, and she's just starting to rebuild along with the rest of her newfound family. So if you are into the cyberpunk kind of thing, if you've never seen Shadowrun, or if you want to see what that's like, come join us. We're on it. It's 11:30 Pacific, which makes it 2:30 Eastern, which makes it 7:30 British Standard Summertime.
All of the time conversions.
It's all right.
It's right up there. And Ian, of course, is Moon Eye on Rime of the Frost Geeks, our Monday night show. Ian, where can people find you?
You can find me in the Discord group for this group, Level 1 Geeks. Sorry, I had a blank there.
That's okay.
As Bunfannon, and then you can also find me on Twitter at Bunfannon. And
Yes.
Thank you for letting me run. You guys were a great group and a wonderful audience to connect with. And I hope can run some other stuff for you guys at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a lot of fun. This was Tales of Xadia that we played, so that's coming out soon, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
It's coming out soon. They still haven't said an exact time. I'm going to suspect September for Gen Con, but they have
Cool.
not said.
Maybe we'll bust it back out when it officially launches to build some
Yeah.
hype for it. It was a fun one. So keep your eyes open for that. And I will go ahead and wrap us. So you guys, of course, can all follow us here and subscribe on here. You can also subscribe over on YouTube to catch all of our VODs that we post after we play. So go relive all of the wonderful glory of us crashing this flying island. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can also show your support by purchasing dice and accessories from one of our affiliate partners linked down below, or joining our Patreon if you so desire. Ian also mentioned the Discord, which is popping off all the time with fun, cool stuff. So hop in there if you want to hang out with us. And that's all the plugs. So if you're already doing these things, thank you so much. We love seeing you in the chat week after week, stream after stream. Thanks for all the support. We really love you guys. Now go take a long rest. Make sure you pass along the moon, the sky necklace when it's your time to pass it on. And we'll catch you next time. Good
Some
night,
panic
everyone.
pillow talk.
Night.